Knicks at home, wrapping up the season on this final home stretch, trying to gain ground as they try to make this play-in push with the Hawks losing tonight. And they started off okay. You know, Evan Fournier picked up where he's left off, shooting hot. But the Jazz would ultimately settle in. The Spider took over. Jordan Clarkson, no answer. Stifled Tower, Hassan Whiteside. Nevertheless, our guy, Emmanuel Quickley, got us back into the game. Shout out to Obi Toppin, the energy guys for the Knicks bench. Got us back into this thing. But untimely substitutions by the head coach leaves you scratching your head once again as Julius Fournier come back in and zapped the whole comeback. But this one's on Tibbs. Yep, this one's on Tibbs. And you know, after this game, the notifications are blowing up, JD. They're coming at the kid left, right, and center. Arrows, daggers everywhere. How do you defend Tibbs tonight? How do you defend Tibbs tonight? Well, the answer's simple. I don't. Because it made no sense. Quick was going. We were talking about how Quickly's been playing lately. Gave us some energy, was drawing contact, drawing fouls. Missed 2 free throws out of 3. That was a big one. But still had the right to be in the game. 16 points for Quick, 4 dimes. Gave us what we needed, the spark and the momentum to try to rally the troops. Obi, who's been struggling as of late, solid effort by him tonight with the 9 points, couple of leak outs, got us out there, was active hands earlier in the game. He deserved to finish that game. Is his whole mindset, well, Quickly's tired because you got to play Quickly the entire fourth. Regardless, he's got to finish the game. But it's the way that you're managing these rotations that you're not giving any wiggle room to spell an Emmanuel Quickley earlier in the fourth to get him back in there to close the game. Final sequence once he takes Quickley out of the game. Yeah, Julius missed layup, channeling his inner Charles Smith. A Fournier foul. Julius gets his pockets picked. And then he fouls Donovan Mitchell. That was the cascading events that ultimately led to the Knicks losing, man. 108-93. Had a chance to gain ground, but it was a dud. All for naught.
This is game what now of the season? And here's my thing with Tibbs, CP. And here's my thing about the decision. I mean, let's see, right? Because I don't know, man. Tonight, to me, if there was any percentage of hope that maybe, just maybe, we can catch some fire and we can potentially challenge for that play-in, season's over. It's over. It's over. It's not going to happen now. When Grimes was in there and McBride was in there and the young, just fast guys were in there, you saw Jordan Clarkson was struggling to get good shots on Grimes. You saw Rudy Gobert was not rebounding the ball effectively. I think he has 7 rebounds until late in the fourth.
Yeah.
You saw the energy, the speed, the grittiness, the defense was affecting the way that the Utah Jazz were operating on offense. Like, you know, it's funny because I was actually getting ready to say, you know what? Let's give Tibbs credit. Julius didn't play the fourth.
Yeah.
For a stretch there, I'm sure many fans that watching the game were starting to think that, like, oh wow, it's the 7-minute mark, it's the 6-minute mark, it's the 5-minute mark. Oh, Julius is not gonna play. Thank you, Tibbs. Adjustment. You adapted. But no. It is something Stephen A. Smith says about the Dallas Cowboys. Just wait. Just wait, because you know it's coming. Why is it that we have a result and a conclusion on Julius Randle, which is we don't want him back next year? Why is it that we decide that he's not it, but then we can't do the same for the head coach? This coach should not be back next year, because even if we play the continuity role, he's going to do the same habits next year. Even if he did it last year when he won Coach of the Year, but you know what happened? We were winning.
Not defending Tibbs. Didn't come in here defending Tibbs. I pointed out everything that went wrong with this game, with the rotations. Got to figure out what's going on with number 32, man. Got to figure out what's going on with number 30.
I don't understand why IQ got taken out of that game.
Yeah.
He played 23 minutes. I don't want to hear excuses about he was tired. He was the only one getting in the paint. He was finding people. Mm-hmm. They were fine, even with the 2 missed free throws. He was thinking the game better when they were doing the pick and roll. Sometimes IQ rushes. Mm-hmm. Even the few shots he missed early, CP in the quarter, those were good shots. But when he does rush, when he's on, he started to get a little more under control, and he completely got us back in the game. And I didn't even like when McBride got taken out. He was 3 minutes in there. He was playing good D. And then we give up a wide-open 3. Maybe that was Sim's fault when RJ got back in. Deuce was fine, and I thought Obi was fine. Obi was taking the right shot. Look, we can't – my issue with Tibbs is this. When you say that you have to earn your minutes, what more did you have to see from IQ to get pulled there?
Right. It was a bad judgment call. It was a bad judgment call. You know, it was a bad judgment call.
CP, what did we need? We needed stops. We were getting stops. Finally, the whole game I couldn't get stops.
And then he brings in his 2 worst defenders to try to get us ice cold, to try to get us back in this thing.
And he's doing that with this roster. What happens when we actually get him better players? He's gonna definitely bring them in earlier.
Oh man.
I think there's something there with IQ. I just don't think he's getting the reps. Like, I know IQ is streaky. I get the whole thing. But when he thinks the game, he can do things that, like, I start to see things in my mind when I have dreams at night that maybe he can be that playmaking guy. And I just don't – I think he needs the reps. He needs 30-plus minutes. Because, CP, we had a shot to win this game. I was fine at 4 points. Even when he missed the 2 free throws, I'm like, just play. Just let him play. Do not take him out. Whatever you do, if we lose, of all the 100 different scenarios, CP, that you play through in a game, the one thing I could not have was IQ being taken out of that game, and it happened.
Yeah. Look, I've been calling for IQ to start over Burks. You know, a lot of you guys don't like that. Here's KG7 full in chat. IQ's not a point guard. Well, to me, he's the best option we got right now.
You know, I sent this in the super chat today, but you know, the next time any of you guys are being threatened of being fired, just tell your boss, like, continuity and stability, boss. That's it. And then you'll keep your job. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, listen, man, in a perfect world, we'd all want continuity and stability. All right. I'm not going to say it means nothing. But, dude, you cannot be a worse coach than this man, CP. I'm sorry, dude. No adjustments, garbage rotations. Doesn't hold Randle accountable. Literally, it makes you question whether he's actually tanking or not. Like, you don't even know because he's that bad of a coach, all right? Like, I cannot watch these games anymore, bro. I cannot watch Tibbs and Randle anymore, dude. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. It's disgusting basketball. It's gross. There's no – it looks bad. It's just terrible, man. And, yes – to Max's point, I remember there was a guy who got tomatoes last year for saying trade Randle at the deadline. All right.
Yeah.
And you know what? We have, dude, listen, we gotta cut these. I cannot watch this stuff anymore, CP, bro. It's garbage, dude. All right. We have to move on. At least one of them have to go minimum one of them. And they both, and I don't even listen, bro. You can play bad. You could, you could take the money, right, like Randle did, and be bad. But you're not going to show up to post game. You're going to fight people. You're just going to be you're going to boo the fans and just be an unlikable guy, dude. I don't want this guy on my team, bro. All right, I don't care if Kendra's listening. I don't want this dude on my team, bro. And the worst part about this is the tank is not even doing that well. We didn't make any ground on the tank. We're in 11th right now. We're tied for 11th. We've won too much already. We won 5 out of the last 7 games before this. Tank's done. We're in the worst spot we could possibly be in, man.